Now, normally I don't give conspiracy theories any validation. I don't give validation to Godlike Productions, David Icke, Alex Jones. They're all moderators, scumbags, and they deserve to be imprisoned for a lifetime. However, a common defense of moderator ass-kissers is that they basically dismiss freedom of speech by saying you wouldn't be able to yell fire in a crowded theater. Now, while they cannot give an example of how I do that, I can give a very visible example of how Alex Jones, David Icke, Godlike Productions, and all the other moderators do that, at least on the end of conspiracy theories. So, on that end, the Olympics. I'm sure you've heard at some point Prison Planet or David Icke or something to that effect talk about the Olympics and about how there's going to be a false flag attack. They just go on and on and on about it. Now, what happens if there isn't a false flag attack? Never mind the fact of, the reptilians and the Illuminati and all that other bullshit. What if there is not a false flag attack? And never mind the fact that, rationally speaking, if they were going to plan an attack, why would they so easily let it flood on the internet that there was going to be an attack? That's not very sneaky at all. That's very incompetent. And if you're that incompetent, you surely cannot rule the world. But regardless of all that, let's give them the sake of the argument and say that there's a false flag attack happening or going to happen. What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? That means that they are the ones that shouted fire in a crowded theater. They are guilty of libel. They are guilty of slander. They are guilty of inciting a riot. They are guilty of all sorts of things that are legally accountable. They are committing actual crimes. They are falsifying information that could cause people to do destructive or abnormal behavior and just cause civil unrest. And yet, I don't see Alex Jones or David Icke or Godlike Productions getting banned. I don't see them getting sued or charged with criminal activity or pretty much anything. So how come they get freedom of speech when they're the ones shouting fire in a crowded theater? But Jim Profit, who isn't shouting fire in a crowded theater, gets banned and banned and banned some more. Isn't that something? The one that actually is committing the crimes actually makes a lot of money. Godlike Productions makes all kinds of money and funds, which are fraud, by the way, because half the shit they claimed they were going to do, they never did. Alex Jones makes lots of money off his DVDs and shit, so does David Icke. And they're spewing just more and more lies that could cause lots of damage because people would panic and just believe all this bullshit. And meanwhile, Jim Profit isn't doing much of anything, he's just on the internet making YouTube videos and somehow getting banned everywhere. How does that work out? How do you justify that in your mind? How do you justify that you say that I get banned because I cannot say fire in a crowded theater when they're doing that exponentially and getting paid for it and nothing is done about them? So don't fucking tell me about anything. I don't want to hear your little quips. I don't want to hear your little defenses for moderators, because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And mind you, the whole fire in a crowded theater thing isn't even the most common one, because God forbid that would even make a little sense. No, they like to cling to property rights. So then they say, well, you wouldn't be able to go to someone's house and shit on their carpet. Who says I shit it on their carpet? What, them? The moderators? Is that who you're gonna believe? The same people who fucking ban anybody and slanderize whoever is banned, and then they can because the banned people aren't around to defend themselves? Oh, yeah, let's believe them. The people that have the power and just abuse it. Let's believe the people that have the ability to alter posts and to delete posts and to basically mislead the entire public. Let's believe the people that have no inhibitions whatsoever, no accountability, no self-regulation, no sort of social skill whatsoever, and don't know how to just fucking back off and leave people alone to talk amongst themselves. Let's believe those sadistic assholes over the guy that has no ability to censor you whatsoever and is just giving you his opinion, giving you his outlook on the news, things like that. Are you fucking joking? What is wrong with you? No, seriously. What is wrong with you? Geno360, Atheist Gamer 100, the stupid guy with the Nietzsche avatar, the fucking cowboy guy who I blocked because he was giving me death threats and shit, and now is stalking me vicariously through Undertaker Freak. Where's your logic? What the fuck are you thinking? Are you that stupid, or are you just that evil? Because it's gotta be one or the other. So, what I think should happen is, if nothing happens on the first day of the Olympics, there is no terror attack or anything like that, Alex Jones, David Icke, Godlike Productions, and all these other major forums that run conspiracy theories should be arrested. They should be arrested for inciting violence, for inciting riots, for purposely leading people astray and possibly getting them to do something that they might regret later on. They want to promote criminal activity. They are guilty of libel. So fucking arrest them. That's what the law is there for. And the law enforces it equally amongst everybody. It would be the same thing if a police officer did it. Which reminds me, because I posted this, but apparently people don't fucking listen. How many times have I had to say that the law enforces itself equally? If a police officer breaks the law, he goes to jail the same way as anybody else does. If they believe there is corruption involved in the police, there is internal investigations. Being a police officer does not make you immune to the law, nor do you get to interpret the law however you want to. The police merely enforce the laws that already exist. That is not how moderators operate. So no, you cannot compare the two. But idiots do it anyway, because that's all they are good for, is spouting bullshit and lies and deception and just talking out of their assholes. And so, another day goes by, and Alex Jones and David Icke and Godlike Productions continue to just roll in the money based on lies and deceit and evil, while Jim Profit is still banned, and the moderators go unpunished, and there is still injustice in the world, and you all just sit on your asses laughing about it, picking your noses, and all this other bullshit, because you don't want to see it. Because you're fucking morons, and you're despicable, and you love it. You love the doom, you love the dread, you love the tyranny, it's your fucking cocaine. And, it just makes me sick. You make me sick. If you at all defend moderators, you make me ill. I do not want anything to do with you. I despise you. You are less than a human being. So, I guess that's all I have to say for right now.